Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold of franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room and the host of all things AEW. He is Mr. 1, 2, 3, pin that ass down, KBZ, aka King Too Cold in the building, bro. What's happening?
Man, what it do. Hey, so last night, nice night of wrestling, man. 2 hours. AEW, Wednesday night. Y'all know what that means. Leo, man, heard you was in the building, man. What's going on?
Leo was the star of the show last night. What's happening, boy?
Man, the correspondent was on duty last night. That's what that was, man. Yeah, man. Adam Cole. Orange Cassidy. I said I wanted to see this one-on-one. By damn golly, Tony Khan, who the hell told you give the people what they want? Who told you to give the people what they want? Who said we wanted versus Orange Cassidy? I know I did, but who told you I wanted to see it and for you to put it on TV for me to watch? I don't know, man, but you hard-headed. Now, with that being said, man, I love I loved it. I love the storytelling it told, going through. And then, of course, what it led up to the end. But Franchize, man, what did you think of this match and the return of a certain era?
Yeah, man. So I'm going to admit something that I probably shouldn't. But then again, I do a lot of things on here that I shouldn't. So why not stop now? It's 2021. Right. YOLO. So I was in the car last night, on my way home. As you guys can tell, I didn't make it through the night. But the little bit I did see, man, I was in the car watching on my phone, and I cut off a police officer because I was too busy watching my phone. Now, besides me becoming another possible hashtag, thank God I didn't, I got distracted by watching some great wrestling with Adam Cole, baby, and Orange Cassidy. One of my favorite highlights of the night, and don't ask me why, I just thought it was kind of funny listening to the commentary of it, when Orange Cassidy put down the hands of Adam Cole and put him in his pockets. I'm like, what is this man doing right now? What are we watching? But overall, man, hey, too cold face right now. hey, what they say? Just jokes. I mean, to be fair, I did cut them off. I mean, I would have gave me a ticket, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, thank you for all you guys do. But
no, wait a minute. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Pause for the show. Time out.
What's up, man?
We got to talk about this. Wait a minute, bro. Hold on. Wait a minute. So you were driving? I'm thinking, all right, you about to say, well, I'm thinking, okay, Shorty was driving, so you were at least watching in the past, but you were driving while watching. Ladies and gentlemen, GOW does not endorse. God.
Driving while wrestling, man. Hey, it's a lifestyle.
Driving while wrestling, okay? Driving while wrestling. Do not do it. Do not do it. It's a no-no. Do not do it. He is lucky. God was on his side. Do not do that.
Very lucky.
That is a message from the King to you. Do not wrestle and drive at the same time. Okay. You cannot.
Hey, look, man. If Darby Allin can survive, so can I.
No.
Hey, as I was driving while my phone was in the other hand, I was thinking, damn, what would Darby do? I want to live like Jeff Hardy. I want to be reckless and make it.
I don't think the rest of the people in the car wanted to be that, though.
But I was the only one in the car. I was responsible.
Oh, it was only you, but still, that's not. No, there is no responsibility with any of what you're saying whatsoever. There is zero responsibility there. All right, okay.
Hey, if it makes it any better, I had the sound very low.
No, because that just made you focus even more. That just made you focus on the match even more and really know what's going on. Because you need the sound to hear it. I don't know, man. Look, ladies and gentlemen, again, do not wrestle and drive, please. All right. Back to the show.
Hey, man.
Yo, you got that about right.
Hey, look, hey, like Adam Cole say, man, it's story time with the franchise. I mean, the cop was a real one. And it was dark outside. He probably seen the phone light all in my face.
Man,
hey, you know what?
bro.
I guarantee you I caught his ass at the end of the shift. He like, man, fuck this. I ain't doing no paperwork.
Oh man, god damn, hey, man. Sometimes they get that last quota before the end of the shift.
I know.
All right, we gonna all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Bring it back to the wrestling.
You know, this is what we do, but you know, we gonna bring it back. Again, don't wrestle and drive at the same time. All right. Please. Adam Cole, Orange Cassidy. Like I said, man, really good match. I definitely like the Tequila Sunrise, and then Adam Cole putting his hands in his short with the cocky pin, and then Orange Cassidy kicking out. I'm like, oh yes, you know what? You're really building. It has that kind of Jungle Boy Adam Cole vibe to it, but with a different type of character, because Orange Cassidy brings that sloth to it. And watching him during this match, it's like Adam Cole was the perfect person to be antagonized by what he was doing. And you know, and he's doing his stuff, and Adam Cole's like, "Come on, really hit me!" And he just and Orange Cassidy just giving them the little bit, and then he hits him with that quickness. And I love that about him, and I love the way the commentary put that over and really put an emphasis on that. So for people who are starting to get to know Orange Cassidy a little bit, or still don't understand him, but for those of us who have been watching him, and we've been watching him long enough to know, like, this is a unique character. I just flat out, just as far as how he is portrayed, what he does, you know, it's like, how long could he be that guy? He can be this guy forever. He never has to change. I mean, a heel turn would come one day, but I kind of want to see the heel side of this sloth. I actually think it would be kind of good, but a heel Orange Cassidy would mean he wouldn't be the fan favorite and do the things that we would love for him to do. But definitely a unique character. Adam Cole definitely, you know, they walk hand in hand. I don't think one carried the other, and it was a really good match. Now, of course, like you say, we got the Super Elite coming out, but then that didn't really work because the Best Friends came out. So then we got the backup squad, and then of course Kyle O'Reilly comes down, and then who else to come out of the crowd? But that one and only Kyle O'Reilly, man. So now we got the era in AEW. And Young Bucks didn't seem too happy about it.
Not at all, bro.
And also Orange Cassidy did lose because of that. Kyle O'Reilly interfered. Orange Cassidy picked up, he took the loss. Cole picked up the victory. Bro, Young Bucks looking, you know, selling that, so you brought your guys back, huh? We're not good enough for you? Yeah. What do you think we're going to get out of this? It's obvious what we can get out of it, but just for right now, because we know Kenny's still recovering. So I wonder if this is going to sow the seeds for, because I feel like Kenny would have to be back with the Bucks for him to go up against Cole, and then for that, for this faction against that faction to have something, and then they can have their one-on-ones, or you can get the tag team of Kyle O'Reilly and a Bobby Fish versus the Young Bucks. Like I actually would like to see that match. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Of course, I would love to see Adam Cole going up against Kenny Omega, but that's future thinking and wishing. For right now, what do you think we can get out of it?
I mean, dude, so and Leo kind of alluded to it here, so I'm gonna read this before I say what I'm gonna say. He said people on Facebook were saying the crowd was dead for O'Reilly. To be fair, we were shocked, but most of the building was going crazy. Just didn't sound as good on TV. Yeah, so that is one thing I did notice. Like you heard people making noise, and you could tell something was happening. You just didn't know what. They're not saying Kyle O'Reilly, because the reaction came across on TV so underwhelming. I told you, like, oh, Kyle O'Reilly. And then it took me a minute. Oh shit, it's Kyle O'Reilly. He wasn't in AEW last week. So it took me a minute to catch what happened. But then when I caught it, I'm like, oh shit, the original the original before they got Roddy Strong. Like, oh god damn, like it's here already. But then that automatically made me kind of think about the Young Bucks, like you said. And I'm watching their reaction because Adam Cole just got with the Elite again. Kenny Omega just left. So it was like, okay, I'm thinking like, Adam Cole and the Bucks, they're gonna have a nice little run for a minute. Kenny Omega gonna come back, and then that's how we're gonna do the 1-2. I didn't expect the era to be together already before the Elite really got a chance to get it going. So now it's like you got Adam Cole, who essentially came in as I'm not gonna say a second fiddle per se, but Kenny Omega was still the guy when he came in. Now in Omega's absence, Adam Cole should be. Yeah, of course. But now in Omega's absence, Adam Cole has jumped to the front of the line. Now, with the Young Bucks and him, he's still kind of looked at as like the front man, right? But then now with the era, he's looked at as the front man as that too. So now you got, hey man, do you got the Young Bucks, right? Who you came up with? Or do you have this group that, you kind of put together yourself and you guys then, made history of your own in the whole separate promotion, and now you're all together. So it's kind of one of those, okay, hey man, it's like you got two exes, right? And they both trying to vie for your love and affection. It's like, hey man, hey, what you gonna do? You gonna pick this one or you gonna pick that one? So I'm very curious to see what Cole does, but I'm even more so curious on how Kenny Omega's return has an effect on both these teams.
I think what could definitely play on is the fact that, Cole's a big deal. Him coming to AEW was a huge deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The way Kenny kind of dismissed him the last time he was on TV, you kind of knew, figured something may come from that. The Young Bucks, the way they kind of act, you could tell, their arrogance because, they're the top billers on this show. And it's fine, but Adam Cole is Adam Cole, baby. And if he feels like, oh, we almost caught that, and he feels like he's the top bill wherever he goes, and if the Young Bucks aren't willing to accept the way he wants to be accepted, but they want him to accept it the way they want it to be accepted, you have a problem because you have too many egos. The egos are going to clash. Honestly, I'm okay with Kyle and them being there. Again, that bolsters the tag team, but again, I don't want it taken away from those that are coming up. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the little promo Jurassic Express cut, but they've just been cutting promos lately. Where you been? We ain't seen you since the pay-per-view. We really have not seen y'all. Maybe it's a Rampage or two after that, but haven't really seen them rest. I don't know if somebody's hurt, they just give them time off, or maybe they just got the holiday off. But again, I'm not too mad because I said it, I believe last week that, with this being the end of the year, I can see what's going on, Rambo. I can see I can see Tony Khan holding off on anything really big, but getting ready to set up what's going to come in the new year. You got your show going to TBS. You already got certain matches. You kind of already in storyline with, so you got to have something. And then I can see a lot of creation coming. We're going to talk about the Owen Hart tournament and what that could potentially open up. Even though, they're kind of doing a lot of tournaments lately, but I think this one could have a better significance to what's going on, especially for the new year. But let's move on, man. Look, we got a lot more to talk about, man. We 13 minutes in. We still talking about the first match. Well, we had to break for a PSA because of Franchize. This shit. That had to happen, okay. And again, do not wrestle and drive. All right, man. So we got that. We got the era. We see the Super Clique being jealousy. The best friends. They gonna want some get back. I'm going to look forward to that. And actually, we're going to get that next week. Next up, man, we got Hangman Page. He's coming out and, he was disappointed in himself because he didn't beat Bryan Danielson last week. And he said something else, and I kind of forgot what it was. But it made Bryan Danielson come out because he felt Page was just lying. Yeah, you're lying. You didn't really have a chance. You didn't really believe you could. You knew you was going to lose, and you got lucky. Right. Now, they set up this rematch for 2 weeks, which is fine. It's a 60-minute draw again, but 60-minute time limit match because all championship matches are 60 minutes. But I definitely don't see this one going another. Okay. You cannot do another super long match. No more than 25 minutes. This match must end 20 to 25 minutes. Because I feel like now you're not filling out anymore. Now, because that first match kind of fell out a fill-out match. Because what made it good was that you knew Paige ain't wrestled in a while, but you knew he wasn't ready for a guy like Bryan Danielson. So then, therefore, you know, they did the match the way they did it. Now it's like, okay, I know I can. I know you didn't. So it's time to put the pedal to the metal. It's time to up the ante a little bit and really go a little harder. So with that being said, how excited are you for 2 weeks from now on TBS, Paige, Bryan Danielson, AEW Championship Part 2?
I'm excited. I like the caveat that come along with it. You're gonna have judges there, so there will be a decisive winner, no matter how you cut it. So that's cool. I'm excited. It's also very rare, or maybe I'm just having early amnesia, but I don't recall a number one contender not winning a championship and then having basically an automatic rematch right after. I think this is a first for AEW that I can think of.
It was a draw, and technically he didn't lose, but you got to have a winner.
That's true.
It's like it's not fair. Well, you didn't lose the match, but you didn't win the match. But, you know, honestly, we haven't really seen no one else be considered to be number one contender other than MJF, but he's busy with CM Punk. So we're not, you know, he's not going to be pushing to the title picture right now. Soon, I think it's going to happen soon, but not right now. So, and then you say, well, Miro lost to Bryan Danielson. So I don't expect to see him come in and get it right yet. Maybe a little bit down the line, somebody else that he can fight. So, yeah, I didn't have a problem with it, but because the match ended the way it is, it's like, no, we got to have a clear-cut winner. So we're going to do it again. We're going to have judges if it need be, but for God's sake, do not give me another hour match. I don't need another hour. I don't need an hour match.
So I'm gonna agree with you on that for a couple different reasons. One, if they did go another hour, which they won't, but if for some godforsaken reason they chose to go another hour, fans don't want to see two people go an hour 2 weeks back to back. And then this would be Bryan Danielson's third hour match in what, 3 months? You don't want to wear the allure of him going that long out. Now, with that also being said, I don't see Danielson taking the title off of Hangman, but I do see it being a very good match. But we said this. We said we didn't want Hangman to be a lazy champion. God damn it, why I keep calling Daniel Bryan? Bryan Danielson, he poses that first real legitimate threat to Hangman. So if Hangman could be, Bryan Danielson, a surefire Hall of Famer, now, okay, working down the line, we just gonna keep building up more and more and more and more. So when he finally does lose the championship, it means something. Because no disrespect, but if you lose to Bryan right now, his run don't mean shit. Because Bryan ain't been there but a hot second.
You were better off not even bringing Paige back to win the casino match. You were better off just having a tournament and letting Bryan Danielson beat Kenny Omega. But then again, that would have hurt it, because it's like, that's the one thing you don't want, is that the only way this can be successful is if not a pure WWE guy, but a guy that was really one of the top guys come in your company, take your title off of one of your supposed top guys. He's supposed to be one of the best in the world. I'm sorry, I would have picked Kenny Omega to win, because it's like, no, Kenny needs to beat Bryan Danielson, and then he needs to lose it, because I know he needs the surgery and stuff, and he needed that. But I would have not have liked to see Bryan Danielson beat Kenny Omega. No, because Kenny would have needed that more than anything to be that guy. But again, could he have won, and then they could have did a rematch like maybe 2 weeks later or something like that? They could have did like that. You know, pay-per-views are far and few, so you can do another rematch. You know, just because of the and you can't tell me you won't get a draw for it on TV. You damn sure. What? Kenny Omega, Daniel Bryan's rematch for the championship? Oh yeah, come on. And then you get it on TV. You already you're building a story, but I would definitely have wanted Kenny to get one victory over Bryan before he loses and then goes away. And then you can do everything else after that. But right now, man, I'm excited for the next 2 weeks. Next up, man, we got MJF cutting a promo. First, he dogged out Wardlow for not being there. He pays him a lot of money, but he ain't doing what he's supposed to do. But he said, you know what? We're not going to do it. Punk, see what you do, Punk, man. See, Punk, man, you divide the family. And, of course, him and FTR cut a promo, which was, you know, pretty much for later that night. Then, of course, we got Wardlow, who just powerbombed the jobber. I didn't even bother to write the dude's name down. Then what is it? The pig shit face. What the hell is I forgot what his name was, man. Dan Lambert came back and he cut a Dan Lambert promo. Hangman's next opponent will be at the Battle of Belts in 2.5 weeks. True, that will happen. Wonder who that be. I wonder who that'll be. One thing Dan Lambert did say was that, man, he can't come back to put Cody Rhodes over. Cody Rhodes is an ass. He's a bigger asshole than me. I said, wow. And then to hear the people chant it and cheer it, like, oh shit, damn, they think the same.
Yeah.
But any thoughts, man, on Lambert and what he had to say?
So, wrestling psychology at its finest, because he acknowledged what the hell, like we all know that the company wants Cody to get over, right? But at the same time, and for so long, Cody has been trying his hardest, and he's even admitted, I know you guys want me to be heel, but I can't. I don't want to be. I want to be the face. I want to be loved. I love you guys so much. We do this for you. But then now you can slowly kind of see Cody planting the seeds, but it's kind of that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's kind of like, I'm kind of heel, kind of not. And then you got Lambert, you know, basically saving face by saying, hey, look, man, I'm going to be all the way honest with you. Let me tell you what this feud is really about. I'm supposed to be pretty much a big enough asshole for you guys to hate me so much that you guys are going to like him. The problem is, I know, you know, they know, don't nobody give a fuck about him, and you guys are going to boo him anyway. So if this doesn't work, it's not my fault. That's pretty much what he did. He pretty much covered his ass, and it was perfect because now you got people wanting to fucking hate Cody even more. So when he finally does turn heel, whenever that may be, the crowd is going to lose their fucking mind. And guess what they're going to do? Guess what they're going to do? They're going to do exactly what they need to do, is cheer him. It's just they won't cheer him as a face. They're going to cheer him as a heel. So either way, you're going to get your heel Cody, and you're going to do your job, Dan Lambert, and get the crowd to cheer him anyway. Like, it's amazing.
You're so gonna get that. You're so gonna get that. But
yeah,
it's like you say, man, it's when he look, Cody as a heel, I love Cody heel. Cody as a heel.
Ashing Cody Rose with the
man, I took the words out of my mouth. I couldn't say it fast enough. I could not say it fast enough, man. Give me Dashing Cody Rose with the stash. I need that dude, because that dude was an asshole, but he was so good. Ah, man, I love Cody Rhodes when he was that, man. He just carried that arrogance, man, and he had damn good ring work in the ring. Man, and just come out with the little mirror. Like, I almost want a bit of Cody Rhodes to have a mirror when he comes out, so it mirrors the crowd, so you can see him looking at himself. I know he won't do it,
but too cold. Hey, dude, this reminds you of anything? Don't look at me, I'm hideous.
You stupid.
I'm gonna start coming on doing the show on a paper bag just for Cody.
No, you know you're not. No, you're not. Oh man, but I want to see Cody turn heel, but man, look, if he's going to milk the hell out of this, like the fans are gonna, yo, man, like when he does turn heel, it is
Yeah.
going. It's gonna be the most babyface person we're gonna ever love. Like that is who, like that is what it is going to happen. That is who is going to happen to whoever that person is, whoever that new person that everyone is loving and is coming up and really making a great name for themselves.
Yeah.
And he is going to do something. They are going to shit on Cody, and he is going to be excellent at it. And I can't wait to see it. Oh, I can't wait to see it. And I'm hoping that's going to lead to him somehow, some way getting an AEW title shot. Like flat out. I don't care if Cody win it once. He's earned it. My thing was don't walk into the company for day one winning the championship. Like
Yeah.
you put yourself in a position to lose. You could have just made it where you just wouldn't be able to challenge for the title for five years or some shit. But whatever. But yeah, man, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. But we'll wait and see when that comes. Next up, man, we got a special Christmas message from Britt Baker. Rio, don't shoot your eye out, kid. Which the crowd went crazy for, which of course everyone knows the Christmas story. And then of course, man, I want to talk about this Owen Hart tournament that they got coming up, man. Promo was nice. Promo was cool. Then I brought the promo. This tournament is a bit of what I was talking about as far as this roster fluctuation of AEW of what they have and being able to display all of this talent. We say we signed Jay Lethal. We only seen him maybe 2 or 3 times. He had one great match with Sammy Guevara. That was it. We haven't seen him since. I'm thinking something like this could definitely be in the works for a guy like him to get himself out there. The hardcore fans know him, but for those who are that don't know him, they can see who Jay Lethal is and why people are gravitating to him. And not just him, but just a lot of these guys. I want to see Malachi Black, even though he wrestled tonight, but I understand why he doesn't wrestle a lot, but at the same time, you know, I want to see all these guys, and I want to see more of the originals come up and battle these guys. I want to see them all battle each other. Like that's how I feel. That's the best way it's happened. Now you say, well, that's a lot of people to fight, man. It is, and AEW usually does a really good job of, you know, scheduling these guys to fight, which is why if Rampage moves to a different time, it's Friday night, Saturday night, I don't think it's going to matter. Ratings are never going to be great, but at least if you move it to a more opportune time for people to be up to want to watch it, I think it'll do better. And give it another hour.
Hey,
that's
well,
2 different platforms. What's up?
Speaking of Dynamite doing better, Dynamite did 1.2 milli yesterday, boy. Yeah.
Hey man, because it was a nice show. It was a pretty good show, and people tuned in to see Sting and CM Punk and Darby Allin versus the assholes, because that's what they are, the assholes, Pinnacle.
Assholes.
But the way that they alternate wrestlers wrestling on one show, then on the very next show, you got more people who probably didn't wrestle, and then you got little segues and stuff that set up the next match for next week and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out. They're still in the process of trying to get this thing down packed. And right now, they're still a work in progress. They're not a complete package yet. And
you know, they still a baby.
You say what?
I said they're still a baby. You know, they still growing, still developing. You know, finding out what works, what doesn't work. I mean, like we said, man, this roster is dramatically different than it was a year ago, and that roster is dramatically different than it was when it first started. So, you know, and you got to think about it. You still got guys like Mox who has yet to return. And yeah, man, and not to mention how many contracts are going to be up and how many more are going to be signed in the coming months and years. So yeah, dude, hey, it is what it is. And I know we got to move on really quick, but I was thinking about what you said, a combo that we had on the last show. I believe it was a shooting from the hip, and I said, you know, I feel like AEW is signing too much talent. And now that I think about it, I do. Okay, if we have the trios championships like we're supposed to, like it's been rumored that we'll have, I'm not completely mad at it. And then you said something else earlier in the show today about the tournaments. We have been getting a lot of tournaments, but the one thing I will say about the tournaments is that I truly believe Tony Khan is trying to do his absolute best to showcase as much of his roster as possible. I will say that. I don't feel like he's just hiring people just to hire them and then he don't showcase nobody. There is only a certain amount of airtime, but I feel like he does the best 95% of the time. We're trying to get as many people out as possible.
Right, right. And I understand what some people are going to say. Well, you get a Kyle O'Reilly who just got there and he's automatically thrown into a story, but it took a minute. It didn't start out that way because Bobby Fish was there for a minute and he was by himself doing his own thing before Adam Cole let it be known like this is my dude, this is my guy, he's rocking with me. He was doing his own thing coming in and out. So I get it. There are some aspects where some people can come in and kind of get put into a storyline. But we'll see them wrestle, that schedule that they wrestle, and we'll see how it flux out. But right now, it is something, but it's not too impactful for right now because we know there's something coming later, and when that comes later, Tony Nese, another one, man. But Tony Nese, the thing with Tony Nese is we were seeing him sitting in the stands for like 2 or 3, like for like 2 months. Like he was just sitting in the stands watching people, and then he finally came and showed up. So, is he truly all elite, or was he just like that one of those guys that just happened to come in and get an opportunity just to get his name out there, show, hey, I still got it, and like a Matt Cardona where he come in, but then he's not really going somewhere else. He could be there, but again, having a lot of these guys, look at AEW lets it be known. Look. If what you do is getting over, we'll put you out there. But if it's not getting the attention, if the people aren't demanding for it, it's like, no, we gotta work with that. So, I'm okay with their structure of what they do and how they do it because they've come out and they've told us about it. I think that's the one thing that a lot of people are forgetting. Time has moved on, so you don't always remember everything, but there was a formula to how they wanted to do things, and they made it very clear. And they're going to give guys opportunity, but it has to be something that works. And we see the ones that it works because we see them. We've seen some try one way and they had to go back and come back something different. So, that's just how the cookie crumbles, man. That's just how the cookie crumbles. All right, man.
Where's the milk?
Well, it's not in this match. The next match I'm going to kind of aggressive. Ruby Soho versus Nyla Rose. This was not a bad match. I actually liked it. Cool. Not gonna lie. I guess Soho winning was a little more believable this time, but again, I didn't feel like she should have won. I really didn't feel like she beat Nyla Rose. I not violent, but then again, it is what it is. It wasn't a bad match. It was cool. I watched it. Soho got the victory, man. What's your thoughts, man? I feel like I'm talking enough.
Nah, man. You know what? I'm going to give I'm pretty sure a very unpopular hot take on this. I have been and I love Ruby Soho as a person.
Mm-hmm.
I have been very underwhelmed with her run at AEW so far. The match with Nyla Rose, I agree with you. I feel like Nyla Rose should have won. The way she won, I guess, with the avalanche riot kick or whatever she's calling it now, even with Nyla coming off the top rope, it didn't make it look any more impactful. If anything, it made Ruby's kick look even weaker because you can see how soft she really did it. It's not a knock on Nyla, I mean on Ruby. Leo says Nyla was already a women's champ before, which is true. But see, I got something to say about that. I feel like Nyla Rose, the first time, I don't really think she got the proper run she deserved to have. And I'll be the first one to say, I wasn't always a Nyla Rose fan. I'll admit that, but I respect the stride she's made since she first came to AEW, right? And on top of that, not only is she a big, strong competitor, but it's like she could actually go in the ring, and she's got a pretty decent gimmick. Like, okay, yeah, she was champ once or twice, but neither one of those runs really meant shit. It didn't really last, and it didn't really mean shit. Fuck it, even Rio won twice, I believe it was, and
no one's won twice. No one's won twice.
Wasn't that? Hold on, I thought Rio won twice.
No, it was Sheeta. You thinking Sheeta?
Was it Sheeta that won twice?
No one's won twice. No woman has won. Nobody in AEW has won a championship twice but Cody. Cody's the only one who's won the TNT championship twice. No one has won. There's no two-time tag teams. There's no two-time women's. No two-time AEW.
So then I guess what I mean was Nyla. She was in the running again for a second time, and then they kind of just like she just kind of fell off and started doing a whole bunch of dark shows and shit. But yeah, man, I don't know. I've been very underwhelmed with Ruby Soho's her run. I don't know. I like the entrance. I like the energy she brings to a match. But right now, as far as in the women's, battling for the championship of any kind, the TBS or the AEW, I don't buy it right now. And I don't know if that's kind of Tony Khan's vision. I don't know if she's going to be like an enhancement talent to help continue to build up the women's division, and then they're going to turn her up. I'm hoping that's what the case is. But for my money, I would have liked to see, like you, I would have liked to see Nyla Rose. I think yesterday's was hers to win.
Yeah, I thought she should have won. I like Ruby Soho. I like that she's getting an opportunity. She kind of comes off as Christian to me.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Where it's like you respect who they are, you respect what they can do in the ring, but it's just like and honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Until Christian really fought, and Christian had a lot of great matches in AEW. First and foremost, I know I'm kind of I'm running it down, but it's Christian had good matches in AEW. When he came in, when he showed up, no, it wasn't like, oh shit, Christian. Like, oh shit, it's Christian. Okay, cool. But he put on good matches. He put guys over. He did. He's doing and has done and is still doing all the necessary things that a veteran like him needs to do to help the younger talent. I'm never gonna say anything bad about Christian for that. And I can see Ruby being that type, but she's a little bit younger. So, she's still in her prime to go out there and prove she's one of the best. Now, I get it. This is just a TBS championship, and you want some fresh faces, but I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying I would have picked Nyla to win. I definitely just would have figured she would have been in the finals to give whoever it was that rub that they're the new champion. And it would have been a hell of a match. I think I think part of the reason is we were foreshadowing Jay versus Nyla. We said we want to see the two powerhouses of the women's division go at it and kind of, just give us that smash mouth kind of match. And we I think we was kind of foreshadowing for that to happen. But pretty good match, man. Like I said, a few things, it just didn't get over with me for her to be able to beat Nyla with that move. And I think, like you say, it just didn't feel like it was enough to really beat her. Like it felt like something needed to happen in order for her to get the victory. Now, if Nyla fell off and she had fell on top of her, something crazy like that, but a top rope move that she was able to reverse on Nyla and she was able to get the 1, 2, 3, I would be okay with that. But that kick, that didn't really, I guess that's what it is. It just didn't buy it for me. Like, yeah, I see why she beat. No, you should kick out of that. Nah, Nyla, you should kick out of that. But you know,
right.
it is what it is. All right, man. Malachi Black and Garrison.
Yeah. Talk to me. Honest thoughts, please.
Honest, it was a squash match. Garrison is not bad. Young guy, very athletic. But I think that's the one thing. A lot of young athletic guys that are still green. He's just one of them. He lost. He didn't even lose with a black mask. He submitted out, which was different. Which I'm actually kind of like that. That was a little different. Not to say, you know, kind of change the monotony of black a little bit. And then of course he kicked the hell out of Pillman and knocked
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. That was the cleanest black mask I've seen in a long time. That shit was crispy than a Popeye chicken sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah, but that, you know, he won. And then we got the promo from, you know, Matt Hardy and Christian Cage. Isaiah Cassidy is going to face Jungle Boy at the special Rampage. Then, of course, we got all the matches for next week's holiday, New Year's Eve show. Of course, man, we're going to get the Best Friends versus the the Era. And then we're going to get Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Adam Page, part 2. I'm sorry, that's in 2 weeks. Then we're going to get, we're going to get Kenny Kingston and my boys, Proud and Powerful.
Chill.
I'm like, ooh, okay. I'm gonna find, first of all, love to see my guys.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to get that Nyla Rose. Thunder Rosa. That girl, that Thunder Rosa versus that Jade Cargill. That Jade Cargill, man. All right, we're going to get that, man.
We got like Meta versus that bitch.
That bitch. And we going to get that, man. So, yeah, man, we got quite a few matches, you know, this week, next week coming up. Definitely. This is what I like. Again, this is what I like about AEW. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You're bringing me Power and Powerful. You're giving me Kingston. That's former LAX. You know, for those former Impact. So you know, you kind of got that connection. Now, when you got like a connection like that, and now you bring in a connection like Era, and then you got the Super, and then you got Jurassic Express, and then you got Death Triangle. And then you got it's like, oh my God, bring me my damn trios championships. I need trios championships now. Now you really
wait, and don't forget the Best Friends. You got
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like it's one after another, after another. I need my trios championship. It's you more than have too many people. you now it's like, well, you couldn't do it before because you didn't have enough people. Now it's like, man, you got a nice group of people. You could really make this work. So we'll see we'll see what happens, what comes from that. Any thoughts on any of that, man, before we talk about the main event?
Man, nah, like you said, we got a whole plethora of talent. I mean, shit, God forbid any team go out. You got more than enough people to fill in. So I'm ready. Going back to what we said earlier. If the trios championship is the ultimate goal, I'm not mad, because at any given time, you got to have at least 6 people in the ring. So if that's the case, I'm cool with it, man. I'm down. My only thing is with AEW, I need to see more top women stars getting signed to the company. You know, the majority of the spotlight has been on the top guys like Danielson,
that's
Cole.
But see, that's one thing. They're still, even though they've come up on some, Impact is still beating them out. NWA is still beating them out. Like, I'm sorry, and of course WWE, and you know, they're still beating them out. So that's the one thing they're lacking in, and they've always been lacking in it. It's not that Tony Khan don't want to sign some of these top women. A lot of them like the position they have in Impact. A lot of them want the opportunity at WWE, and some of them they like what's going on in NWA, you know, and all these other companies now. So, and trust me, even with that being said, you still have gotten some who have left some of those places and have now gotten to AEW where their women's division, but I like their women's division because our division is more homegrown. All right.
Right.
Seeing people like Statlander and a lot of others come up. And that's what I want to see. So the women's division is definitely there. The fact that they just did a tournament and it wasn't a bad tournament. It started out with about a good group of 16, but we knew half of that group was, what was going to really come out to be. And once it got closer and closer, we started getting better and better matches, whatnot. And regardless of who we thought we should have won or shouldn't have won, it got better and where it is now, where now we got Thunder Rosa, who originally was NWA, who's now All Elite, and she's going up against that bitch. And I'm not disrespecting her just to be disrespecting her. That's what she's going to tell you to call her because that's who she is. She's just that bitch. She's Jade Cargill. Look her up. Nice. She'll tell herself. My man. And, right, baby. That's why she's going for that championship because it's going to be called The Bitch's Show. That Bitch's Show. Come on, man. Keep up. All right. Now, with all that being said, man, I love the women's division. It's getting better. It's gotten better. And I want them to continue doing what they're doing. But as far as getting more women, they've got competition there. Impact, I say Impact. If anything, Impact and of course WWE is really.
They got Mickey James. They got Mickey James. I love it. Yeah,
they doing a damn thing.
Too cold. Hey.
No, I ain't messing with you. Nope. You already tried to get it. I ain't messing with you again. All right, man, ladies and gentlemen, we got our 6-man match. Trios match. FTR, MJF going up against the Icon Sting, who was rocking out with the CM Punk face paint, which was so fucking awesome. You had Darby Allin, of course, rocking out with his one half, and then of course you had CM Punk rocking out to the old school Stinger face paint, Surfer Sting, the Beach Blonde Sting, and then of course he gave us the famous Sting call. And it's like, yo, I didn't mind it. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I hate to be the one lone guy on a team where two other guys are wearing face paint and I'm walking out looking regular. Like what kind of unity is that? Like, I can at least put something on my face, and why not put the iconic Sting face? So, not a bad match. Great back and forth by all. I love the ways that CM Punk and MJF did not fight in this match whatsoever. Basically MJF looked like a chicken shit, running away from CM Punk, but yet talking shit. Great. That's the heel that I wanted. That's how I want to see my heel. I want to see my heel being a chicken shit, but picking his spots. He knows, the man knows he'll get to him when he gets to him. He's trying to get under the skin of Punk, and Punk's been in the game too long. He's not going to let it get to him too much, even though it will, but he's been in the game too long. Other than that, man, it was great to see Sting, as always, in a match, just doing what he can do. And look, a man can still chop the hell out of somebody. The Stinger splash is more like it's not a splash, it's more like a sprinkle.
Stinger sprinkle.
It's the Stinger sprizzle. But it is what it is, man. This Sting. And this man is crazy to take a dive off the top rope to the outside.
Yeah. Outside
of MJF landing on his neck, which I think by the graces of FTR catching him the way that they did, and him being able to arm, it didn't look as bad. It looked as bad as it probably could have been, but he glad to see that he got up and was moving. Hopefully he's not too banged up. Other than that, Darby Allin, my favorite spot for him was when after CM Punk and MJF went and ran up the aisle, came back down, tagged himself in, then went out to the outside, and then CM Punk went to the outside. Thing coming around, you see Darby Allin getting in the ring to do his little bowling ball, and he just be, oh my God, I love that shit. I don't know how the hell he gets so like, damn, dude, you run so fast. You ain't got but so much space to run that hard and you run that hard and dive right through the bottom ropes and hit them, boom, right smack on. I love that. But there was a lot more into this match, man. I'm talking enough. Franchise, man. We went 50 minutes with this one. Let's finish this out, man. Let's talk about what your thoughts is on this match, this main event.
Too cold, man. We're going to the franchise word of the day. For this match, I have chosen to take a random name out of my vulgar hat, and that word will be foreplay. Foreplay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Franchise. What does foreplay have to do with this match? I'm gonna tell you why. In the words of Batista, give me what I want. See, look, I'm about to explain it. Like you had CM Punk, you had MJF in the ring. You thought this ought to be on like a pot of neck bone, and they teased you. They said, you know what I'm saying? Hey, old girl should have let you touch her on it. You already got cozy and comfortable. Y'all did a little bit of kissing and everything. She gave you a little tongue action. You thought it was about to go down to Chinatown. Yeah, you thought you was bad like James Brown. But nope, sorry, gotta go. I see you when I see you. That's how I felt tonight, man. I thought this was about to go down to Chinatown, and then they said, nope. Hey, Tuco, what's that? Hey, what's that infamous phrase? Just a tip. Nah, you can't get me. Oh man, hey, what they say to my boy OJ? If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Yeah, dangerous. That's what it was. Long story short, they
no, that's what you are.
hey, look, Tuco. Hey, they teased me and they left me wanting.
You are dangerous, right? Hey, you are dangerous. Oh goddamn, Leo, get your boy, man. Leo, get your boy. Hey, boy, Leo, man, get your boy.
Hey, look, you know, I speak for the people. They left me wanting.
I don't know if the people was ready for that. I don't know if they was ready for that.
Hey, you ain't got to be ready. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to bring you to the light. I'm here to say what you're thinking, and you ain't got the balls to say.
You are shining, my guy. You are shining right now, man. My foreplay. That's the word.
Word of the day.
I don't even think that was the great. If that's the case, then that's not what you described. You described the tease. That was.
Hey! Just because you rub on it and you do a little finger poking, they don't guarantee you're gonna get that penetration. I'm just saying.
I mean, but man, look.
Hey, that should have you. Hey, that should have had your shit bluer than Blue Meanie. Hey, hey, you be up here sensitive to the motherfucker. Hey, be walking like Vince McMahon with the world's largest grapefruits.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOW word of the day: franchise is dangerous. That's just his boy. He is dangerous, man. He is dangerous, and I love it. I fucking love it. All right, man. Hey, well, you know what? They did that, but they did that. But that's what they did. That CM Punk, they did a great job of teasing you and making you think that we were going to get to see these two fight, and they never got it on at one time in this match. So, and everybody kind of did a great job of that, man. But that's that heel tactic work that FTR just so great at doing, and then you add an MJF with it, and I actually, if these three decided to be a trios to go after the trios championship, I would actually wouldn't mind that. An FTR with an MJF, I think that could kind of work if they ever decided if they wanted to do that. But
and you know what? I want to take a second to be serious. You know, I mean, you know, I was playing, I was dead ass, but I really want to be like
dead ass.
Yeah. You know me, man. You know, I'm complicated like that. But I want to be as serious and as non-vulgar as possible. I want to be as PG as possible. All right, Disney, you'll be proud of me. So this match, I will
that say, I ain't got to worry about. Go ahead, bro.
This match, it was cool. All jokes aside, it was cool, man, to see wrestlers having fun, right? Because you hear so much about the laid back culture in AEW. I mean, come on, bro. You got Sting coming out here rocking the CM Punk shirt. He got the CM Punk logo painted on his head, and then the court
fist on his forehead. He had the fist on his forehead, man. Like, that looked wrong.
And my thing is this, because CM Punk, he's made it his mission to give so much love and props and build the younger talent. Sting didn't have to do that for CM Punk. That's what CM Punk's role is for the younger guys. So to see a OG, a real OG, a Hall of Famer like Sting come out to show CM Punk, hey, bro, I'm going to give you your flowers too. And then to see CM Punk come out, bro, you talking about same CM Punk from ECW? You talking about, a pipe bomb CM Punk, rebel CM Punk, and he coming out here and you could tell he gives no fucks. He's really in it, man, just to have fun. He coming out with the face paint. He got the Sting tights on. Like, my boy is in full fan mode right now. So it was cool, man, just to kind of see like everybody having fun. And even when he did the woo, he tried to do it, his voice cracked and he on stage rolling. Like, he like, oh damn, I fucked up. Oh well. And you can see Sting talking in the ring.
I just did this thing, man. I just did the Stinger. Like, man, hell yeah, man.
So it was cool. It was cool. And it was cool because and then it's like you said, you know, with WWE, Sting wouldn't have been able to do half what he did in this match. And to see Sting still go to the top rope and not look half bad.
Sting wouldn't have been wrestling. He would have been doing some Ric Flair type stupid shit. Nah, man, he wouldn't have, or some boogeyman type. Nah, he wouldn't have been wrestling.
Yeah, and then to see how, like you said, FTR being the professionals they are, they saved MJF from having a very potentially catastrophic landing. I mean, just other than that, man, the whole match was good, dude. Like CM Punk and MJF as a tag team. First of all, a couple years ago, you never thought you would have seen Sting again after that whole Seth Rollins thing. CM Punk, he swore he had never returned to wrestling again. So now you get these two back on TV and as a tag team together, and then you add in the young gun like Darby Allin. Come on. Oh, come on.
That's truly generations of wrestling right there, if you think about it. Like that is really like you got the dude that's the sure automatic Hall of Famer. You got another dude that, you know, depending on what happens and where it could go, he could be true Hall of Famer. And then you got an upstart that's like, yo, the potential and upside to where this kid is and where it can go is extremely, extremely high. So I noticed that, and I'm like, I'll make sure I say that, if, you know, when we talk about it during the show. So yeah, that's truly a generations of wrestling right there, you know, and that was cool to see. Like I said, a good match, man, and the crowd, once Sting got into the match, man, they went bananas. They love to see. This is how you know. This is how the nostalgia of using your older wrestlers is supposed to be. All right, it's seeing them, enjoying them, seeing them have fun, seeing them just being who they are, but not seeing them bury and diminish your future talent. Not being involved in something they really have no business being involved with, and winning shit that they shouldn't have probably won. But you know, that's the difference between AEW and WWE.
He must say between AEW and Goldberg.
I mean, it is. That's the difference between Sting and Goldberg. But, and I get Goldberg's a different type of animal, but yeah, it didn't need to come at the expense of Kevin Owens and The Fiend. I'm still going to always say that. It did not need to come to the expense of those. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, man, I think we ran the ball for a month. See, I think we rambled enough.
I thought we ran the ball for a month. What sport you talking about?
Ran the ball for a month. Like, no, that's not what I'm oh man. Tomorrow, SmackDown. It's taped, but you know, we'll do something, man, because Franchize is barred from seeing me on Christmas Day. So yeah, so we gonna do not Rampage, because Rampage will come on to Saturday. I thought Rampage was coming on Friday, and then they were just doing something special for Saturday. But Rampage is actually coming on Saturday, so we will do our Rampage review on Sunday. But we'll get the SmackDown, you know, out the way, just to get it out the way.
My bad.
I'm about to say, damn. Damn, all right, my bad. My man say, my man stop talking, get off there. All right, bro. No, okay, bro. You say I'm rambling. I need to shut the hell up.
My
right.
bad. Hey, I was trying to move the button up, so I was ready. I didn't mean that.
Nah, brother, I feel you. Nah, man, you say that's enough talking. Shut the fuck up. I got you. Hey,
bro. I think I think my fingers got hit with that Omicron.
The Decepticon got you. Is that what you said? Oh man, but no. We'll be back tomorrow for the SmackDown. Then we'll see y'all Sunday for the Rampage review. Other than that, man, we want to wish everyone as safe as possible. Still a lot of crazy shit going on. He said, I thought my shit was backed up and it went live. It was over. Leo like, damn, wait a minute, what happened? See, Leo? Come get your boy, man. Come get your boy, man. Come get your boy. Oh, man. But no, man, but seriously, everything going on crazy in the world, man. Please be safe as possible and enjoy your holiday. Of course, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll say it again. We want to say it tonight, man. Be safe and enjoy it, man. We appreciate y'all. Franchise, man, you first before we get out of here.
Nah, man, I think I done dropped enough sound bites for the day.
yeah, you're dangerous. Dangerous foreplay ass.
What?
Oh, man. But it made so much sense, though. I can't say it didn't make sense. It made perfect sense.
I mean, I'm a tied together. It's gonna take.
Look, man, you are a wordsmith. All right, you know how to use your words in ways that one, people will give you props for, and two, people will put their head down and shake their head in shame. You are good at the yin and the yang, my brother. All right, you are good.
I got that on my shoulder, right?
Exactly. That's what I say. You are good at the yin and the yang, my guy. So, no, my G. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, as always, man, we appreciate y'all. I'm the King Too Cold. This here is your tribal chief, your W tribal chief, the franchise, the 5-time engineer in the year, and we on the year in 2. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, see y'all tomorrow, man.